Good afternoon, Kerry.
Hello, Beth.
My name is Beth Foley. I am a body code practitioner, emotion code practitioner, and the belief code. I also do other modalities such as the balance procedure, and I dabble in a few other modalities as well. So today I'm going to be working with Kerry Kennedy. We're going to be doing a combination of the EBB, which is emotion code, body code, and belief code. But we're going to be perhaps looking at well, the intention is to be looking at the brain integration, and we're going to be working on specifics today for Kerry Kennedy. So welcome, Kerry.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. And would you like to tell us what you'd like us to work on today?
Yeah, I feel like I would like to look at brain integration around my career, um, independent kind of financial stability through my own creative projects. It kind of comes and goes, but I've had a real challenge with it being sustainable, and then I want to just change what I'm doing, thinking it needs to be something else. So something like that would be great. It's a big focus for me, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to set the intention that we're going to get some clarity today, and we're going to shift any blocks that are preventing financial stability.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to share the screen behind me, which will have the motion code on and the body code. Okay, so you can see what we're looking at.
Mhm.
Okay, in the background there. Good. So can you see that?
Yes.
Excellent. Right, so I'm just going to just first of all do a clearing on you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear your light scale, bring
Okay.
that up to 100. Then I'm going to see if there's anything attached to you, any negative energies, and then we're going to clear that if there is. And then I'm going to check something called the threat response, which has to be 100% in order for you to be aware of anything that may come up behind you or, that you're not aware of. And then we call the last one is what we call polyvagal light scale.
Mm,
Okay, and this is to help you take on 100% of the work that I'm doing today for you.
great.
Okay, cool. So let's check your light scale first of all. And for those of you who are watching, I'm muscle testing using this technique. Okay, so let's just check. So what's your light scale, Kerry? Is it greater than 50, greater than 60? So it's 50.
Mm.
Okay, and let's just then check first of all, do you have any negative energies? No. Anything attached to you? No. Good. And what's your threat response? Is it greater than 50, greater than 40? And then I'm going to check polyvagal. Is it greater than 50, greater than 60, greater than 70, greater than 80? So 70%. We're going to bring all three of those up to 100. So I'm using my finger to clear it. And for those of you who don't understand what I'm doing, usually we were trained originally to go over this bit here, from the middle here to the back of the nape of the neck, which is the governing meridian. And we would do this with a magnet. As we progress, we realize we're electromagnetic, so we don't actually use anything. We use our fingers. And of course, that governing meridian, although it goes all the way down there, it also goes all the way up the finger and down the arm. And so I'm using my finger to clear it on this side.
Mm.
Okay, so that just in case you can't see my hands. So I'm going to, first of all, clear your light scale, the threat response, and the polyvagal light scale. We're going to bring them up to 100. I'm going to bring them up to 100 using my clearing statement. So love, clear, 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 111, abundance revoking gift. So, and I click, so is it brought to 100 and will it hold? Good. So now I'm going to ask, we want to work on your on Kerry's financial stability. We want to clear any blocks with money, and we want it so that you've got a continual flow of money coming in, and clarity in which direction, if you have to change anything, is what we're asking today. And so is it the best way to do a brain integration for this? Yeah, I was thinking this earlier, that it was the thing that we needed to do. So we're going to go with brain integration, and then we'll check on the way. So for those of you who don't know what I'm doing with the brain integration, basically, this is something that Josh Nelson came up with, um, who is the nephew of Dr. Bradley Nelson from Discover Healing. And what we're going to do is, if you imagine the brain or your brain like a hairdryer, like a plug, you've got a plug on there and you've got three wires in it. Sometimes one of those wires might be loose. So you put the hairdryer on, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit like all of us. Sometimes we wake up and we're not on all. And so I'm going in and I'm rewiring those three wires so that when you switch that hairdryer on or your brain on, it's working 100%. The other thing I'm going to be doing is we're going to be looking at any disconnection, any synchronizations. So again, imagine you've got two horses pulling a cart. One horse is here and one horse is back here, and the cart at the back's like this. It's all over the place. So it's a bit like us. Sometimes our thoughts and our emotions have us a bit like this, and we don't know which way to go. We're pulled all over the place. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so, and I'm just going to just check. Do I need to check anything else first? No, that's fine. So we're going to be working first of all with disconnections. So on my screen before you, I'm going to go through circuits and systems. I'm going to take a shortcut through the organ, and I'm going to the bottom, and I'm going to go to the brain. So now I'm going to ask, can we have a look at disconnections? So do you have any disconnections? Yes. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? Is it on the left side, right side? So it's the pons is the first one. So I'm going to reconnect the pons spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay. And then I'm going to go back. Do we have any more disconnections? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? Okay. So is it on the left-hand side? Is it medulla? It's midbrain. So spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally reconnect the midbrain. Good. Let's go back again. Do you have any more disconnections? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem again? Wow. Is it on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side? So here it's gone back to the pons. So it means it's thrown itself out already. So it's a bit like you change that plug and it's blown again, or that light's blown again. So we have to stop what we're doing. We have to go back, and we have to now clear the associations. Now, those associations could be anything from an energy to a pathogen to a misalignment to an emotion. So we're going to go back to this screen and we're going to ask, what's caused the pons to throw itself out? Is it on the left-hand side of my chart, the right-hand side? Is it a pathogen? Is it a misalignment? It's gone to nutrition and lifestyle. Now we know everybody goes yawns when we go to this section. So we're going to find out what's going on, and I'll probably do this a little bit different to everybody else. So is it on the left-hand side? It's on the right-hand side. So is it to do with nutrition? No. Is it herb and spice? No. Is it essential oils? No. It's hydration.
I knew it was going to go there.
So we're going to hydration.
Yeah, it goes out a lot for me.
Okay.
Just a note every time. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it water quality? No, water utilization. We've gone to electrolyte utilization. Now, this is funny because we've just done this with Josh Nelson on the Discover Healing. If you remember and you belong to that, he's just been talking about electrolyte utilization.
Also, I do take it almost every day or every second day. I take an electrolyte, but I find that it still comes up a lot that it's out. So,
Okay, so we'll find out now. So first of all, we're going to find out, is it a water deficiency? No. Is it a lack of water intake? No. Is there a water quality problem? Or is there an intake of water that is poor quality? Is there an absorption problem? No. Or do you have improper absorption of water? Put my teeth in. Do you have a water utilization problem or improper utilization of water? No. So do you have an electrolyte deficiency? You do.
okay.
So electrolyte deficiency. Okay, so now we're going to ask. So, and again, you can see these are the things that they can
Yeah.
create. So now we found out you've got electrolyte deficiency. We're going to, I'll ask as well, is it a lack of mineral? No. So we're going to find out what that deficiency is. So, is there an association with this? Yes. And first of all, this electrolyte deficiency, is it actually really yours? No, it's not. So is it inherited?
Wow.
Okay, so if you keep taking something and it's inherited, it's not going to fix it. It's a
Makes
bit
sense.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit like the person that comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm depressed. I'm on these antidepressants. They don't work." And I say, "Well, the depression is not yours. It's your grandmother's. You know,
Yeah.
you're taking, you're putting a bandage on something that's not there."
It would make sense though, every time I've had a body code session in the past or other things, my hydration electrolytes comes up a lot and people are bewildered as to why it keeps going out because I take electrolytes, I take magnesium, I clear my emotions. So now this is the first time it's come up that it's been inherited. So that's really interesting.
Okay. So is it on mother's side? It's on your father's side. And does it go back more than one, more than two, more than three, more than four, more than five, more than six, more than seven, to six generations?
Ooh.
Now, just because it goes back on your father's side doesn't necessarily mean that your father will have this problem. Because it
Hmm.
could skip a generation, but it doesn't mean that he didn't pass it down the line.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And I know you've got a brother, so we can also put him in and say anything we clear that's inherited, we're going to clear from him as well.
Okay.
Okay. So we
Mhm.
set that intention up, and we're asking that we spirit working with your spirit guides, my spirit guides for the highest, and anybody that wants to come in and work for your highest good. So okay, so this is inherited six generations. So we're going to clear that, and then we're going to ask if there's an association that we need to go back six generations to find out what created it in the first place. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're going to clear this electrolyte deficiency from you, your father, go back six generations, also anybody else who's got it. And then I'm going to ask the person that we go back to, the last person in here, the very first person that created this deficiency. Is it a male or a female? So this is a female on your father's line.
Mm.
And can we clear the associations that created this going up the line? Yeah. So let's go back. And I'm going to just check as well. Is it necessary we ask this? Well, it is, they're saying, yeah, because once we've cleared it, you're not going to pass it on. And it's
Yeah.
okay. So what's the association? Is it in the emotion code? Is it in the body code? It's in the belief code. I knew we were going to go here because I know, Kerry, you're a big fan of the belief code. Okay, so we've gone to the belief codes now, and I'm now going to ask, is it a single belief or is it actually a system? So it's a system, okay? So
Okay.
now we're going to ask which system it is. So I'm going to just click into here for a minute just to show everybody that's looking. And we go here. So these are the type of beliefs. And I'm going to ask, is it a basic? No. Is it a split? No. Is it a parallel? No. Is it a tangled? It's a partial. So partial is basically whereby this has already been worked on before. And you said
Mm.
it's been worked on before.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's a bit like someone cutting that tree down, but they've not got the actual root out. So there's still a little
Mm.
bit left there. So,
Makes sense.
and as you can see on the screen, it says it could be, you could have a negative program, or you might not have one. So let's ask, do you have a negative program? No. And do you have a limiting belief with this? Yes. And do you have a faulty core belief with this? Yes. And do you have a faulty core identity? No. And then I'm going to ask, once we've cleared those, are we going to put something in to replace them? Yes, we're going to put something in. So we know we need to replace, because obviously we take something out, we leave a big gap. And we don't
Mm.
want to do that. Sometimes you don't need to put something in and we just close the gap. But in this case, we're doing that. So let's go back out here and let's ask first of all, we're going to look for your limiting belief. Is it on the left side, the right side? Is it to do with power? No. Is it to do with passion? No. It's to do with survival. Okay. So is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it control? Safety is to do with worth. Okay. And you can see, if you look, you've got all these other information on the screen here. A person must have the desire to change an incongruent belief. In other words, you must be open to releasing this. It says here, what's the connection in the system is reproductive and skeletal systems.
Mm.
So we're going to go here now, and we're going to say, is it an odd row? Yeah. So is it 1, 3, 5? Okay. So is it an odd row? Is it 1? Is it 3? Is 5? I'm a bad person.
Mm.
So, Kerry, is this yours? No. So, is it inherited? No. So, is it
Oh.
absorbed? No. Is it ancestral? Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Now, people often ask me what I class as ancestral and what I class as inherited.
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain that. So you can have inherited would be all your family members that you know about, your great aunts are living over there, your cousins are there. So they're all people you know.
Yeah.
Ancestral could be people you don't know that you're related to, but also it can also be like a place or a group of people. So, for example, a group like say the Vikings all live
Mm.
in a particular village. They're all ancestors together because there's a group of them, but they're not
Yeah.
all, they may not all be related.
Mm.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
ancestral, so it's a bigger thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is ancestral. I'm a bad person. Okay, so we're not going to clear it yet because what we're going to do is we're going to find what's going on and then clear the associations that have brought this out. So we go back there, we've written that down, and now we say, what's the 40 core belief? Is it on the left-hand side? Is it divine, insight, communication? It's to do with love. Okay, and so is it on the left-hand side? Is it feelings? No. Is it family? No. Is it parents? No. It's self.
Mm.
Now we had now bearing in mind the first thing we had was we had a limiting belief, I'm a bad person. So
Mm.
the 40 core belief is the thing that starts you believing in something. So the 40 core belief actually comes first. And
Mm.
the outcome is then the limiting belief. So we're going to find out what made this person have this 40 core with this limiting belief. So the 40 core belief, we go to negative statements. Is it in section 1, section 2, section 3? Okay. Is it an odd row? No. So is it row 2, row 4, row 6? I can't feel with my heart.
Mm.
Okay. So is this yours, Kerry? No. So is this ancestral? Yes, it is. So ancestrally, this person was saying, I can't feel with my heart.
Mm.
So therefore, because they couldn't feel with their heart, they then thought, I'm a bad person because I can't feel with my heart.
Mm.
Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to clear all the associations that made them feel like that. Why did they feel they can't feel with their heart?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're now going to go back to, and we start with the emotion code first. And we start here. So we say, we're going to clear the associations with this belief system. Is it in column A, column B? Is it odd or is it row 2? Is it failure, helpless, hopeless, lack of low self-esteem?
Mm.
So is this yours? No. Is it inherited? Is it ancestral? I presume they may be also ancestral, but we'll check. So we're going to clear the ancestral low self-esteem from you. Okay, excellent. Also going to put into this from the beginning of this session that anybody that listens to this session, if anything is similar to what they're going through or what resonates with them, it will automatically clear from them. Okay. Right, so we've cleared that. And low self-esteem, is it column A, column B, is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness?
Mm.
And is it yours? Is it ancestral? Yeah. So we're going to clear this ancestral indecisiveness. Mhm. Is there any more? Is it in column A? Is it odd row? Is it row 2? Anxiety. So is this yours? It's inherited. Ooh.
Mm.
So here we've thrown one in that's inherited. So is this from mother, father's side? And does it go back? More than 1, more than 2, more than 3, more than 4, more than 5, more than 6? So it's 5, not 6.
Mm.
Okay, so it's not gone back as far as the original person.
Mm-hmm. So like my great great grandparent.
Yep, the
Mm.
one before. So we're clearing this anxiety from you, your father, going back 5 generations. So the 6th person could have been the mother, and this could have been her son or daughter, for all we know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so is there any more? Is it in column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it depression, frustration?
Mm.
So is this yours? Is it inherited? It's ancestral.
Mm.
There in the ancestral frustration? Is there any more? No. So there's no more emotion code. So is there any body code? No. So there's nothing else around that. So we're going to go back up now and we're going to just check. So are we clearing now that faulty core belief and that limiting belief? So here we've got what's caused it, some ancestral stuff. So they had low self-esteem, indecisiveness, and then frustration. Yeah. And then we had coming up was this I can't feel in my heart, which is ancestral, which would have affected this person who goes back 5 generations as well,
Mm.
because you are at the
Mm.
top of the chain. So we're going to clear, first of all, this limiting belief of I'm a bad person, clearing that from you and all ancestral. Then we're going to clear I can't feel with my heart, which again is all ancestral. Okay. So we've cleared them, and now we need to replace that statement. So we're going to go back into the belief code, and we want to put a replacement statement in. Okay. And is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it power? And is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it change? No. Is it effort? Is it an odd row? So it's 2. And is it an odd row? So is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? I reap the results of my effort. About time. I reap the results of my effort. Okay, so I'm going to install that into you now, Kerry. So I'm installing this. I reap the results of my effort. I'm going to install that into you and to your father, going back 6 generations, and also ancestrally, and to your brother as well. Have I installed that? And will it hold more than 1 week, more than 2 weeks, more than 6 months, more than a year? That's fine. Okay, so let's go back and now ask, is there anything else causing this electrolyte deficiency? No. So do you have electrolyte utilization issue now? No. Is the pond's happy now? So let's reconnect that pond spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay, and we'll go back to where we were. Oop, we were in the body code and we were here, organ and brain. So do you have any more disconnections? Yep. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum? How are you feeling, by the way?
I feel good.
Good. So is spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally reconnecting the cerebellum? Good. And is there more disconnections? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it this one, this one, this one? Gone to brainstem again. Is it the left-hand side? Is it medulla, midbrain?
Mm.
Oh, midbrain has dropped out now.
Mm.
So it's interesting. It's been all the brainstem so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to have a quick look and see what it says. So in this case, the midbrain is about vision, hearing, eye movement, body movement. Okay.
So I have been having blurry eyes for the last 2 months as well, and I've never had vision problems. So just to highlight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So midbrain has dropped out. So let's have a look. So we're going to go to the association. So what's caused your midbrain to drop out? So is it in the emotion code? Okay. Is it in column 8? Is it on row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment? And is this yours? Is it inherited? Is it ancestral? We're having an ancestral day today. So we're going to clear this ancestral resentment from the midbrain. Is there any more? Yep. Is it column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic? So is this yours? Is it inherited? It's ancestral. Clearing this ancestral panic from the midbrain. Is there any more? Is it column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic taken for granted? So is this yours? Is it inherited? It's ancestral. Clearing this ancestral taken for granted. And is there any more? No, go back. So is there anything else causing that midbrain to drop out? No. So let's redo it. So we're just going to spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally reconnect the midbrain. And do you have any other disconnections? Go back. Okay, so is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it the cerebrum? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it frontal lobe? It's the parietal lobe. And is it both sides? No. Is it the left side? No, it's the right side. So we're spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally reconnecting the parietal lobe on the right. Okay, is there any more disconnections? Yeah, go back. Is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? Oh, can't get away from there, can we? Is it left-hand side? The pons has dropped out again.
Wow.
Okay, so we need to do some more associations. Is it in the emotion code or the body code or the belief code? Back to the belief code.
I told you there's a reason why I'm gravitating there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so is it on the left-hand side? So first of all, let's find out what one it is again now. So if you remember, we've got the 4 different types. So is it basic? Is it split? Is it parallel? Is it tangled? We're going back to partial again. So another partial one. So in other words, this has been worked on again before. So is there a negative program? No. I'll click on that so you can see it again. So is there a negative belief? No. So is there a limiting belief? Yes. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. And is there a faulty core identity? No. And do we need to replace? Yes. So let's see what the limiting belief is now. Okay. So is it on the left-hand side? Is it divine? No. Is it insight? No. Is it communication? Yeah. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it awareness? No, we've gone to ego. So let's go back here. And you'll see this is the connections here again. Self-expression, learning, communication, thyroid, teres minor, which is under the arms, respiratory, cognitive. So this is a limiting belief. So is it not in an odd row? No. So is it 2? Is it 4? Okay, is it an odd row? So is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? Is it 8? If it isn't perfect, I'll be so embarrassed.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Does it resonate?
From the past, yes.
I will be so embarrassed. So embarrassed. Okay, and the 40, so that's the first one. And let's go back to, and then let's have a look, see where the 40 core belief is, what created that. So is it on the left-hand side? Is it divine insight, communication again, I think? And is it on the left-hand side? Is it authority? Is expression? So let's go back up here. So let's go here. Is it an odd row? So is it 2? It's 4. Is it an odd row? No. So is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? Nobody sees me. So again, remember, nobody sees me. That's the first point. Nobody sees me. So how does that make me feel? That if my work isn't perfect, I'll be so embarrassed. So pressure on there. Now we didn't ask. So let's go back to the first one, the limiting belief. Is that yours? No. Is that inherited? No. It's ancestral again.
Thank you, ancestors.
Nobody sees me. Is this yours? Is it inherited? It's ancestral. Okay. So now we have to find out what's the associations. So are we going to the emotion code? Are we going to the body code? I was going to say no then. Is it on the left-hand side? Is it energies? Yeah. Is it left-hand side or right-hand side? Is it energy intolerance, emotional? It's a reverberation. So is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it organ communication? Is it emotional reverberation? It's a miasm. So miasm is a suppressed disease. So is it inherited? Is it planetary? It's karmic.
Ooh.
This is from past life. So let's go back up here. And it will always come with some emotion. So is it in column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic taken for granted? And it's in column A. Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment? Okay, so we're now going to clear these. This is a karmic miasm of taken for granted and resentment. So we're going to clear this from you. Love, 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 love. Clear, clear, clear. One more one above the spoken gift. So we're cleared. Now, this miasm has come up because at some point you have experienced those two emotions, resentment and taken for granted. And because of that, it's popped its little head up, which has then caused all these other things to then jump into place.
Okay.
So, okay. Now, is there anything else, any other association we need to clear? There is. And is it in the emotion code or the body code? Is it in the left-hand side? Is it energy circuit system? It's a toxin. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it a heavy metal? No. Is it an excess? No. Is it electromagnetic? It's environmental. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it building material? No. Is it carpets and furnishings? It's agricultural. So we've got some agricultural toxins as well that are throwing themselves at you. Okay, so these are toxins, and we need to find out, first of all, where did you get these toxins from? Were they something from the river, the land, or food supply? Food supply. And is it yours? No. Is it inherited? Yeah. So is it a physical form or an invisible form or an energetic form? So it's an energetic. So that's how it's been passed down to you, like a pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's inherited. Is this from mother, father's side? And does it go back? Yeah, more than one, more than two, more than three, more than four, more than five, more than six, to five. So we're going to clear this energetic food agricultural toxin from you, your father, going back 5 generations, and anybody else who's got it. So go back. Is there anything else causing or creating these beliefs? And is it in the emotion code or the body code? So is it left hand side or right hand side? Is it a pathogen? No, it's a misalignment. So is it left hand side, the right hand side, skeletal, soft tissue? It's a meridian. Is it the main one? No. Is it extraordinary? Is it the left hand side, the right hand side? Is it the conception? Is it the governing? Is it the penetrating? Is the girdle? So is it both sides of the girdle? No. Is it the left side? It's the right side with the girdle meridian. So the girdle meridian goes around the waist like a belt. This is the right side that is misaligned. Okay, so this misalignment of the right side of the girdle, is it yours? Okay, so this is going to be a trigger for all these things that have happened. So can we ask when you misaligned it? For the age of 10, for the age of 20, for the age of 30, for the age of 40, for the age of 35, 36, so 4 years ago.
Okay.
And do we need to know why? How you did it, why you did it? We do. So let's go back and ask. So what's the association? Is it in the emotion code? Yeah. Is it in column A? Yeah. Is it odd row? No. Is it row 2? Is it anxiety? So you had some anxiety. Just throwing that meridian out. So is this yours? No. Is it inherited? No. Is it absorbed? So is it absorbed from a male, a female? Okay. So is this from mother? No. So is this from family? No. Is this from a friend? So this is a female friend who was obviously anxious about something, and you've absorbed it. So let's clear this anxiety absorbed from a friend. So is there anything else causing this misalignment? Is it in the body code? Yeah. Is it the body code or the emotion code? No, the body code. Okay, let's go back. So it's on the left-hand side, the energy circuit system. It's a toxin. Is it on my screen? Is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it heavy metals excess? Is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it a stress hormone? No. Is it metabolic waste? Is it toxic sound? So what kind of toxic sound is it? Is it industrial noise? Is it negative words? Is it traffic? Is it environmental noise? So environmental noise could be people shouting.
Okay.
So is that shouting? It is shouting.
Yeah, I don't tend to like that.
Okay. So, and this could be from any time or point in your life.
Okay.
So do we need to know any more about this? No. Sometimes we need to know because it could be that somebody's having a row. And that toxic energy of the row or the vibration sticks. So we're just going to clear toxic sounds of shouting, okay, which are affecting the girdle meridian. Okay, let's go back. So is there anything else causing or creating this misalignment? There isn't. So we're going to realign the right side of the girdle meridian. And now I'm going to connect it spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. So it's back. And ask, is it connected to the left side? And is that spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally happy and balanced? Yep. Okay. So now we're going to go back up and see where we are. Are there any more associations? There are. So is it in the emotion code or the body code? The body code again. So we're here. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it a pathogen, misalignment? We're going to nutrition and lifestyle. Is it on the left-hand side? Is it to do with your sleep? Is it an outside need? No, it's a magnetic field imbalance. So is it a distortion? No, it's a deficiency. Okay, so you have a deficiency. And the deficiency is magnetic. Okay, so you'll see we're going to do associations, but now I'm just going to throw this one out to you and ask, are you in the right dimension?
I could have told you no. I think many people have a problem with that right now.
Okay, so I'm going to set the intention. We're going to using something called balancing by numbers, which is Lloyd Mia. I'm going to set the intention that I'm using Lloyd Mears balancing by numbers, and we're going to just literally put you back into the right dimension. Okay, so we're just going to scramble the frequency, cleanse and clear, and bring you straight back down to the right dimension. So are you back in the right dimension now? Yeah. Okay, is there association that caused you to be out of there? Yeah. My son kept going off to the 12th.
Oh wow. Yeah, kind of
No.
into wonder.
The fairies, yeah. So what caused you to be in the wrong dimension? Let's have a look. Is it in the body code? It is. Is it in the left-hand side? Yeah. Is it an energy? No. Is it a circuit system? Okay. So is it the left-hand side? Yeah. So is it a disconnection? Okay. Is it in the left-hand side? So is it pregnancy related? Okay. So this is pregnancy related.
Interesting.
So is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? It's mother spirit. So now we have to ask a question. So is that when it says pregnancy related, is mother spirit, is this you being pregnant? No. Is this your mother being pregnant with you? Your mother being pregnant with you? Okay. So what was the disconnection? Was it with the spirit fetus? Yes, it was. It's exciting. I've been here. What if I have? It's a long time ago. Right. Okay, so you were out of balance. So this was pregnancy related, and it's to do with mother spirit causing you to have this deficiency that caused you to be in the wrong dimension, and it's because the spirit fetus was out sync with the mother spirit. So we've got that already. Okay. We don't need to worry about all this up here, really. I will check because it's not like you're pregnant. Pregnant, we would check all this. So I'm just going to ask, do I need to check any of those if it's relevant? No, we don't. Okay. But we do need the association. So why was this? Why was your spirit fetus out of sync with your mother spirit? And we're going to go back and we're going to ask, we're going to go to the emotion code chart. Okay, so, and now I'm going to ask, is there a particular time that the spiritual features was out of sync, or do we not need to worry about that? No, we don't. Sometimes I would ask, was it the first trimester, second trimester, the third trimester, the whole time? We don't need to know. It's just an emotion. Is it column A, column B? Is it odd right? Is it row 2? Failure. Okay, so we're just going to clear this energy of failure, causing or creating the spirit fetus to be disconnected from your mother's spirit. And we can reconnect it from you. And then we're going to then ask, is there any more? No. Okay. So this is quite interesting because, you know, it could be that you'll have problems in that area because of the connection. So let's just check now. So we've corrected that imbalance there. And do we need to do anything on your mother's spirit or on the spirit fetus? No, we don't. And is there a deficiency? No. Okay, good. So let's go back. We've realigned that. And let's go back now and ask, are there any other associations? No. So we're now going to clear. If it's not perfect, I will be so embarrassed. We're going to clear that. And we're going to clear that ancestrally. And we're going, nobody sees me. We're going to clear that ancestrally. And again, it could be because there's a separation of spirits and physical. Okay, so we're going to go back now. And we're going to reconnect the ponds. So first of all, is there anything else? No. Can we reconnect the ponds again? So spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, reconnect the ponds. Yeah. And check now, do you have any more disconnections? So you don't have any more disconnections. So now we're going to go on to the part where we go and we now synchronize. Now, when we synchronize 2 parts.
Okay.
So the first one, is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? There's a surprise. Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? It's the pons. And what's it with? Is it something in the brainstem? Is it the medulla, the midbrain? So we're synchronizing the pons with the midbrain. Go back. Any more synchronizations? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? The left-hand side, the right-hand side is the pons. And what's that with? Is it something in the brainstem? No. Is it in the left-hand side? Is it the structure, cranial nerve? Is it the vestibular or the cerebral spinal fluid? So we're synchronizing the pons with the cerebral spinal fluid. So is there any more synchronizations? Is it the left-hand side? Is it the structure, cranial nerve, vestibular, cerebral spinal fluid? So you can see. And what's that with? Is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? Is it the left-hand side? Is it medulla? It's midbrain. So synchronizing the cerebral spinal fluid with the midbrain. Okay, is there any more synchronizations? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side, corpus callosum, temporal lobe, occipital lobe? So is that both sides, left side? And with what? Is it something in the cerebrum? No. Is it the left side, the right side? Is it cerebellum, the brainstem? So is it the left-hand side? It's the pons. So synchronizing the occipital lobe on the left with the pons. Is there more synchronizations? Is it left-hand side, right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side, corpus callosum, temporal lobe, occipital lobe? So is it both sides, the left side? And what with? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side, corpus callosum, temporal lobe? So is it left side, right side? So we're synchronizing the occipital lobe on the left with the temporal lobe on the right. Let's go back. So is there anything else to be synchronized? Is it left-hand side, right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? Is it on the left-hand side? Is it medulla? What's it with? Is it something in the brainstem? Is it left-hand side or right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side or right-hand side? Is it frontal lobe? It's the parietal lobe. So is that both sides, left side, right side? Okay. So synchronizing the medulla with the parietal lobe on the right. Okay. So is there any more synchronizations? Is it the left-hand side or right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it the left-hand side? Is it corpus callosum? And what's it with? Is it something in the cerebrum? Is it on the left-hand side? Is it structure, cranial nerve, vestibular? It's the cerebral spinal fluid. So we're synchronizing the corpus callosum with the cerebral spinal fluid. Is there any more synchronizations? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? It's cerebrum. Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? It's the frontal lobe. How are you feeling as I'm doing this, by the way?
Yeah, relaxed.
Yeah. Both sides, the left side. What is it with? Is it something in the cerebrum? No. Is it the left-hand side? Is it structure, cranial nerve? So is it more than one? No. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? It's 9. So it's the glossopharyngeal nerve. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to call it CN9 for short. So you can see that it enables taste, sensation in the back of the tongue, as well as sensory information of the back of the throat, the tonsils, the middle ear, enabling the throat to shorten and widen. So let's go back. So we're going to synchronize the left side of the frontal lobe with CN9. Okay, so is there any more synchronizations? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Cerebrum. Okay, so the left-hand side, the right-hand side, the frontal lobe, parietal lobe. So is it both sides, the left side, the right side? And what with? Is it something in the cerebrum? Is it left-hand side? Is it deep structure, cranial nerve, vestibular? And it's the cerebral spinal fluid. Cerebral. Okay, so it's synchronizing the parietal lobe on the right with the cerebral spinal fluid. I'm just checking that's not dropped out. No, that's fine. So are there any more synchronizations? No, is the answer. So now we do the associations. And then we'll come back and we'll reset and integrate. Okay, so let's have a look. So the associations, are we going to the emotion code? Is it in column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it depression, frustration, indecisive, panic taken for granted? So is this yours? Is it inherited, ancestral? Clearing the ancestral taken for granted? Is it column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it confusion, defensive, grief? So is this yours? It's inherited. So this is from mother, father's side. Does it go back? Cleared and taken for granted from you. I'm sorry. I'll put my teeth in. Grief from you, your father, and from anybody else who's got it. Is there any more? Is it in column A? Is it odd row? Is it row 2, row 4? Is it anger, bitterness, guilt? So is this yours? It's inherited. Is this from mother, father's side? And does it go back? Clearing this guilt from you, your father, and from anybody else who's got it. Is there anything else? Is it in column A? Is it odd row? Is it row 1, row 3? Crying. So is this yours? It's inherited. So is this from mother, father's side? And does it go back? Clearing the crime from you, your father, and from anybody else who's got it. Is there anything else? Yeah. Is it in the body, in the emotion code? No. Is it in the body code? Yeah. Let's go back. So is it on the left-hand side, energy? Is it circuit systems? Is it left-hand side or right-hand side? Is it an organ, a gland, an energy body? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it a chakra? No, it's a meridian. Is it a main one? It's an extraordinary. Is it on the left-hand side? Is it yang heel, yin heel, yang linking meridian? So is this a misalignment? No, well, it's just we've gone there. Okay, so we've gone to yang linking meridian. So what are we doing here? Are we looking at both sides? No. Are we looking at the left side? We're looking at the right side. So is it a misalignment? No, it's not misaligned, but there's something not right with it. So what's going on with it? Show me. Is it in the body code? No. Is it in the emotion code? No. Is it in the belief code? Okay. So is it a system? No. Okay. So is it a singular belief? Yeah, singular belief. And is it on the left-hand side? Oh, sorry. Is it on the left-hand side? No, it's not the right side. Is it to do with power, passion, or survival? Is it left-hand side or right-hand side? Is it control, safety, worth? Okay. Is it an odd row? So is it 2 or 4 or 6? 6. Is it an odd row? So is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? Is it 8? Intelligent people don't make mistakes. There's a big theme going on here, isn't there?
Yes.
Don't make mistakes. So is this yours? Oh, this is yours.
Oh.
So this belief, is this yours? When did you start this belief then? For the age of 10, for the age of 5, no. For the age of 6, no. For the age of 7, no. Before the age of 8, no. Before the age of 9, no. Before the age of 10. So between the age of 9 and 10, you made this, you did this.
Okay.
Okay, so intelligent people don't make mistakes. So that's yours. What's the link? Is it an emotion? Is it in column A, column B? Yeah. Is it an odd row? Is it row 2? No. Is it row 4? No. Is it row 6? Is it pride? No. Is it shame? And is this yours? No. Is this inherited? No. Is this absorbed? So is this from a male, a female? Is this a child? This is an adult. Okay. Is that mother? No. So you're about 9 to 10. So we have intelligent people don't make mistakes, and we have shame. So something's happened.
Maybe a
And,
teacher.
and so age 9 to 10, anybody spring to mind at female adult?
I just think either a teacher at primary school or ballet teacher at that time.
Okay, so is it a teacher of some sort? Yeah. And so is it the ballet teacher? Ballet teacher.
Well, you weren't allowed to make mistakes. She was very strict. So,
Right. So, and we've got absorbed shame. So it's interesting because we've got a belief intelligent people don't make mistakes. Was that yours? Was it yours? And then we got this shame, and so they related. Yes, it's a related incident.
Okay.
So absorbed shame. So you felt ashamed because of the teacher. Here, can you see?
Yeah.
So maybe did you do any like competitions or so
Yeah.
this would be something like that?
Yeah, I remember I used to get myself so uptight and nervous that I couldn't make a mistake because, she drilled the life into you, the fear into you that, tummy sucked in and, like there's a winner and a loser and that's it.
Okay.
So,
So this
Yeah.
is reflecting also on your financial area. Okay. So we're going to clear this absorbed shame from you and this teacher.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to clear intelligent people don't make mistakes. Clearing this from you. This is your belief. I'm
Hmm.
going to replace that belief. So we're going to go back in and we're going to the positive and we're going to go, is it an odd one? Is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? And then we're going to an odd row. So is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? I'm priceless.
Mm.
I'm priceless. So installing to you, I am priceless. So you now feel worth abundantly. I am install. So I'm installing that into you. Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be? So we've cleared that belief now.
Hmm.
And we've put one in. So we've closed the gap. Is there any other associations? Yeah. Are we going to the emotion code? Yeah. Is it in column A? Yeah. Is it an odd row, row 2, row 4, row 6? Is it humiliation, jealousy, or longing? Longing. So is this yours? It's inherited. Is this from mother, father's side? And does it go back more than 1, more than 2, more than 3, more than 4, more than 5, more than 6 to 5? Now, bearing in mind, when you have longing, you can't have it. Whatever it is, you can't have it
Yep.
because you long for it.
Mm.
Clearing this longing from you, your father going back 5 generations.
Hmm.
Who else has got it? Okay, so is there any other associations? Is it the emotion code? Is it column A, column B? Is it odd row? Is it row 2? No. Is it row 4? Depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted.
Mm.
So is this yours? Is it inherited? Is this from mother, father's side? And does it go back more than 1, more than 2, more than 3, more than 4, more than 5, more than 6, more than 7, more than 8, more than 9, more than 10, so 9? So clearing is taken for granted from you. Your father gone back 9 generations. Also, anybody else has got it. Is there any more associations? Go back. Is there any more associations? No. So we've done all the associations. So now we're going to go back and reset and integrate. How are you feeling?
Good.
Do you feel lighter?
Yeah, a lot lighter actually, a lot more relaxed.
Good. So we're going to go back now. We're going to go back to here. Oh, we were the young Lincoln. Do we do anything on that? Where's that gone? Okay, that was the right side. So is that happy and balanced now? Just checking. Yeah, good. Didn't want to leave something hanging in the swap. Right, so we're now going here, back to here, back to the brain. Okay, so we've done the disconnections, we've done the synchronization check, we've done all the associations check, and now we're going to do reset and integrate. So what are we resetting? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, the brainstem? Surprise, surprise. The left-hand side is the pons. So what are we resetting it with? Is something in the brainstem? Something in the brain? Is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side, the frontal lobe? So is that both sides, left side? So resetting and integrating the pons on the frontal lobe on the left. Is there any more? Is it left-hand side? Is it deep structures, cranial nerve, vestibular system? Okay, so vestibular system. And what are we synchronizing you with? Resetting and integrating even. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum? So resetting and integrate the vestibular system with the cerebellum. And is there any more to be reset and integrated? Yeah, is it the left-hand side? Is it deep structure, cranial nerves, vestibular, cerebral spinal fluid? And what are we synchronizing the cerebral spinal fluid with? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem? Is it on the left-hand side? It's the pons. So reset and integrating the cerebral spinal fluid with the pons. Okay, so is there any more? Is it left-hand side? Is it deep structure? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it the pineal, the thalamus, the pituitary? And what are we resetting and integrating that with? Is it something in the structures? Something in the brain? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it frontal, parietal lobe? So is that both sides, left side? So we are resetting and integrating the pituitary gland with the parietal lobe on the left. Okay. Let's go back. So is there anything else? Yep. Is it on the left-hand side? Is it deep structure, cranial nerve, vestibular? And what are we resetting and integrating this with? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Cerebrum, cerebellum, the brainstem. Is it the whole of the brainstem? No. Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? It's the pons. Just check that's not dropped out. No. So we're resetting and integrating the vestibular system with the pons. That way. Okay. Okay. So what are we resetting and integrating? Is it on the left-hand side? Is it structure, cranial nerve, vestibular system? And with what? Is it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum, cerebellum? Now let's check to see if that's not thrown out. Yes, it's thrown itself out.
Oh no.
You get it, but it's dropped.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so why is it dropped out? Is it in something to do with the emotions or the body code? Yes, the body code. So is it on the left-hand side? Is it an energy? Is it a circuit system? Is it the left-hand side? No. Is the right-hand side? Is it an organ? No. Is it a gland? Is it the left-hand side? The right-hand side? Is it a brain gland? Is other. Is it the left-hand side? The right-hand side? Is it adrenals? No. Is it pancreas? No. It's the adipose tissue. So what's affecting the adipose tissue? Is it first of all, is it an inherited imbalance? And is this from mother's side, father's side? Does it go back? No. So clearing this inherited imbalance from your father affecting the adipose tissue. And is there anything else affecting the adipose tissue? So is it spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally reconnected? Good. Is it a happy imbalance? Good. So let's go back. Is there anything else affecting the vestibular and the cerebellum? No. Okay, reconnect the vestibular and the cerebellum. And we'll go back to the brain. Is okay, so what are we resetting and integrating? Is it the left-hand side, the right-hand side? Is it cerebrum? Is it left-hand side? Is it corpus callosum, temporal lobe, occipital lobe? And is it both sides, the left side? And what with? Is it in the cerebrum? No. Is it in the brain? Yeah. Is it the left-hand side? Is it deep structure, cranial nerve, vestibular, and cerebral spinal fluid? Okay, let's just check that that's not dropped out. I don't think so. No. Okay, so reconnecting, resetting and integrating the occipital lobe on the left with the cerebral spinal fluid. Is there anything else we need to reset and integrate? Yeah. Okay, so there's a left-hand side, deep structure, cranial nerve, vestibular, cerebral spinal fluid. And was it with something else? Yeah. Okay. And what is it with? Is it on the left hand side, the right hand side? It's cerebellum, brainstem. Is it with the whole brainstem? No. Is it the left hand side? Is it the medulla? It's the midbrain. So we are resetting and integrating the cerebral spinal fluid with the midbrain. Good. So is there anything else to be reset and integrated? No. Yay.
Finally.
Right. Let's recap what we've done. So we cleared all the disconnections. Yep. And then we synchronized. Yep, we did. And then we reset and integrated and cleared the associations. Perfect. So now we go back and we're going to ask some questions. So are there any blocks or imbalances preventing financial stability? I get a no. Are you happy with financial stability? Okay. Is there anything we need to clear in order for you to have financial stability? What's the light scale financial stability for you now? Is it going to 50, going to 60, going to 70, going to 80, going to 90, 100%? Okay. So do you have any blocks for work or money or career? No. And what percent are you in alignment with work, money, and career? Greater than 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so let me just check. Is there anything else we need to do for you today? No. Good.
Thank you very much. That was
Good deal.
interesting.
Unshare the screen. Good. Good. So I'm just going to ask, is there anything else I need to do for you today? No. So I'm going to program you now. And then we'll stop the recording. So I program you to process with any ill effects of processing and the speed that's for your highest good. Activating healing in you now. How long you're processing for? More than one, more than two, more than three, 2 days. So for 2 days, you're going to feel tired. You might feel a bit emotional. You might feel nothing. And then after that 2 days, you'll be going, yay, I feel great. What's going on? So,
Thank
yeah. So how do you feel then?
I actually feel I started halfway through feeling a lot more relaxed and a bit peaceful, and then towards the end, I felt really grounded actually, which is quite interesting. So and then right at the end, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm kind of at the tail end. I was like, I'm getting a bit sleepy now.
That's good.
I
That's
feel
good.
great. I really do feel good.
Good, good. That's very good. Excellent. Well, thank you for doing that with me, Kerry. And
Pleasure.
and let me know how you feel in a couple of days' time. We
Well,
might pop a comment on this and let you know.
yep,
So,
I will definitely let you know.
I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you for tuning in.